Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to talk about endocrine gland today. Before going to main topics, I would like to give you some information about this. Regulation of body function is controlled by two systems. One is nervous system, another is endocrine system. Nervous system having somatic, motor, sensory. Somatic motor regulate the movement of different body movement, and autonomic nervous system control the activities of the heart, GI tract movement, GI tract secretion, and the respiratory tract movement, activities of respiratory tract. Now, I would like to show you one picture with the anatomical location of different endocrine, especially endocrine gland. First, you see the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, it is the endocrine portion of the hypothalamus. Then this is the one of the endocrine gland. Then pituitary gland, you see pituitary gland. Then thyroid gland. Then behind the thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, 4 parathyroid glands. I am showing you the mostly the endocrine gland now. Then adrenal gland. Then pancreas. Pancreas having two parts, one endocrine portion, another is exocrine portion. The endocrine portion is called islet of Langerhans. Then in case of male is the testis, in case of male is ovary. In case of male is testis, in case of female is ovaries. Now you see the hypothalamus. I will discuss about the hormones that release from hypothalamus and their chemical structures and their function. Hypothalamus release 4 releasing hormone and 2 inhibitory hormone. 4 releasing hormone name is growth hormone releasing hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, the corticotropin releasing hormone, then thyrotropin releasing hormone. The inhibitory hormone is growth hormone inhibitory hormone and prolactin inhibitory hormone. And growth hormone inhibitory hormone, another name is somatostatin. All these 6 hormones, chemically they are peptide, except the prolactin inhibitory hormone, which is amines. You know, all the 5 hormones, the growth hormone releasing hormone, growth hormone inhibitory hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, thyroid releasing hormone, then thyrotropin releasing hormone, then corticotropin releasing hormone, all are the peptide except the prolactin inhibitory hormones. Now come to the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland having 2 parts, one anterior pituitary, another is posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary, another name is adenohypophysis, and posterior pituitary name is neurohypophysis. The connection between anterior pituitary and hypothalamus is the vascular connection. The vascular name is hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal vessels. The hormone that release from hypothalamus, it comes to the median eminence, and from median eminence, these are absorbed through the blood vessel, then it comes to anterior pituitary or adenohypophysis. Now, what are the hormones from anterior pituitary? One is growth hormone, another is thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, and prolactin. All 6 hormones have been
peptide. Chemically, they are peptides. Chemically peptides. Now, the posterior pituitary is another name is neurohypophysis. The connection between the hypothalamus and posterior pituitary, it is the neural connection. It is the hypothalamo-hypophyseal port, hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. Hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. The posterior pituitary release two hormones. One is ADH or vasopressin, another is oxytocin. Now I'll give you these two hormones of posterior pituitary is similarly, it is the chemically peptides. The anterior pituitary hormones, you see growth hormone, it stimulates the overall growth of the body cell of the body. The thyroid stimulating hormone, it will stimulate the thyroid gland, then release the thyroid hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone, it will stimulate the adrenal cortex to release the hormones. The gonadotropin release hormone, it will stimulate the testis, arousal, ovary. One is follicle stimulating hormone. The function is it will mature the follicle of the ovary, and also it mature the spermatozoa in the Sertoli cells. The luteinizing hormone function is it will, for female, it will maintain the corpus luteum and it will stimulate the secretion of corpus luteum. Then also in case of male, it will stimulate the Leydig cell to release testosterone hormone. Prolactin, it is the function of prolactin is to stimulate the development of breast as well as milk secretion. Now come to the posterior pituitary. The posterior pituitary having two hormones. One is ADH or vasopressin, another is oxytocin. The ADH, it will retain water through the kidney, by the kidney, and also it will increase the blood pressure. Then oxytocin is also, it stimulates the uterus during parturition, and also it helps in the milk ejection. Now chemically these two hormones of posterior pituitary is peptide. Now come to the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland having two hormones. One is thyroxine or T4, another is T3 or triiodothyronine. Chemically, these two are amines. In addition to these two hormones, the thyroid gland also secretes calcitonin, that is parafollicular C cells. The thyroxine and T3 is having it is the basal metabolic rate, increase the basal metabolic rate. And parafollicular C cell release the calcitonin, it will reduce the serum calcium level and causes and deposition of calcium in the bones. Now come to the parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland hormone is called parathormone. Chemically, it is also a peptides. The main function of parathormone is to help in homeostasis of calcium and phosphate. Now come to the adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex having two types of, one is mineralocorticoids, another is glucocorticoids. Mineralocorticoids main hormone is cortisol. Mineralocorticoid main hormone is aldosterone, and glucocorticoid main hormone is cortisol. Cortisol having several functions. One is metabolic function. It acts on the carbohydrate, fat, and protein metabolism, and it has also a anti-inflammatory act. It is an anti-stress hormone. And mineralocorticoids is the aldosterone. It maintains the sodium concentration in the serum, and also it will eliminate the potassium and hydrogen ion from the serum. Now come to the pancreas. Pancreas, the endocrine portion of the pancreas name is islet of Langerhans. It will release hormone endocrine, that is glucagon and insulin. This is the pancreas, islet of Langerhans. It has released two endocrine hormones. One is glucagon, another is insulin. Both having chemically they are peptides. Glucose controlled by insulin and glucagon maintain the blood glucose level by gluconeogenesis and glycogenolysis, and insulin increase the uptake of glucose by skeletal muscle and other adipose tissue, and therefore maintain the blood glucose level. Then come to the ovary. Ovary, the hormones are estrogen and progesterone. Chemically they are steroid. Estrogen, it will stimulate it is help in the growth of female reproductive organ and the development of breast, and also it helps the secondary sexual characteristic of female. And progesterone, it helps in the uterine milk, and also it will maintain the corpus luteum. Now come to the testes. Testes release testosterone. The main function of testosterone, it will maintain the growth and development of male reproductive system and also secondary sexual characteristic. I forgot to tell you that all the adrenal cortex hormone in steroid, they are steroid chemically, and these hormones also steroid. Ovarian hormones and the testosterone also is steroid in nature. Their main source of steroid is the cholesterol. In addition to this, there are some temporary endocrine gland. One is placenta, and in some book written, that is corpus luteum acts as an endocrine gland. Corpus luteum, they maintain the pregnancy for first 3 months of pregnancy, and these corpus luteum release estrogen and progesterone. And these estrogen progesterone in chemically the steroid result. Then placenta release 4 hormones. One is human chorionic gonadotropin, another is human chorionic somatomamotropin, another is estrogen and progesterone. Human chorionic gonadotropin, it maintain the persistence of corpus luteum for first 3 months, and human chorionic somatomamotropin, it helps in the development of female breast, and it also helps to development of some fetal tissue during pregnancy. Now come to the other gland, that is thymus gland. Thymus gland, just before birth, the thymus gland will be atrophied, and the function of thymus gland is to process of T lymphocytes. Now come to the stomach. Stomach having some hormone that is called buccal hormone, gastrin. It is also chemically peptides, and it has function, it increases the secretion of hydrochloric acid. Now come to the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland having 2 parts. One is adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla will secrete some hormone that is epinephrine or norepinephrine. Epinephrine, norepinephrine has some effects on cardiovascular system and other effects. Now come to the kidney. Kidney also secretes some hormones. One is renin. When there is a perfusion of the kidney is reduced, the renin will release, and that renin convert the angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1. Then kidney also release another that is 125 dihydroxycholecalciferol. And these dihydroxycholecalciferol increase the absorption of calcium from the intestine. Kidney release another hormone when kidney is exposed to hypoxia, that is erythropoietin. The function of erythropoietin is also increase erythropoiesis. These all 125 dihydroxycholecalciferol is the steroid in nature, and renin and erythropoietin is peptide. Then also come to the small intestine. In small intestine also release some hormone. One is cholecystokinin, another is secretin. The function of secretin is it stimulates the pancreas rich of watery secretion, rich in bicarbonate. And cholecystokinin is rich in enzyme, and cholecystokinin also stimulates the pancreas to release enzyme as well as it will contract the gallbladder. Now, which gland are life-saving gland? Now you know life-saving gland is parathyroid gland, and hormones of parathyroid is parathormone. Sometimes may be asked, which gland is essential or life-saving? One is parathyroid gland, another is adrenal cortex. These two glands are life-saving gland. Two glands are life-saving gland. And hormones are parathormone and adrenal cortex hormone is aldosterone as well as cortisol. Without these hormones, you cannot survive for few days or few hours. These are which are the life-saving gland? One is parathyroid gland, another adrenal cortex. If there is a parathyroid gland is absent or decreased secretion of parathormone, there is calcium homeostasis is not maintained, you may die within few hours. Again is aldosterone. Aldosterone, you know, it maintains the blood pressure. If aldosterone is not secreted, you may die within 15 days. Cortisol is responsible for long life. These two hormones and two glands are life-saving. Other gland, no, it is not responsible for life-saving. Thank you, student. I think you understood this. You go to the big. This picture I borrowed from Guyton. This picture, if you go the book to Guyton, you'll see the endocrine gland with the anatomical location, with their hormones and their chemical structures. And before going to finish, the adrenal medulla hormones are catecholamines. This is also an amine in chemically amine. Thank you, sir.